Ouais, ça a un potentiel d'être brisé, ça. Quelque chose qu'ils n'ont pas pensé, là, que le monde va faire.
Bonjour à tous, j'ai pour vous aujourd'hui une petite vidéo spéciale qui aura un impact sur le contenu live de la chaîne pour les prochaines semaines. Plus tôt cette semaine, Grinding Gear Games a révélé les détails du prochain gros update pour Path of Exile 2, nommé Dawn of the Hunt, ou en français l'aube de la chasse. Je vais pas spoil ce qui va être révélé dans la vidéo qui s'en vient, mais je le partage avec vous aujourd'hui, notre réaction à moi et Gel, en temps réel du live pour ce reveal de Path of Exile 2, qui était tant attendu. Si vous êtes comme moi un fan fini de Path of Exile et que vous ne pouvez plus attendre la date de sortie de la patch 0.2 vendredi qui s'en vient, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne pour ne rien manquer ou même mettre un petit like pour nous aider avec la croissance de la chaîne, c'est très apprécié. En terminant, ne manquez pas l'annonce à la toute fin de la vidéo pour ce qui s'en vient sur nos chaînes, de gros trucs qui sont à venir. Donc ceci dit, sans plus tarder, bon visionnement.
À l'instant.
Oh, vas-y.
We as Mary are guided by the Spirit. It provides prayer, shelter, even love.
C'est quand même joli.
But for me,
Oui,
one day,
des bonnes cinématiques.
all that were changed.
Ouais.
Huntress.
The Spirit,
Spoiler.
it showed me something. Something forbidden.
Ouais.
Je suis sûr que c'est safe.
Oh.
Je sais pas. Oh.
To defend
Ils vont-tu rajouter un acte, je pense?
I used it.
Peut-être.
Oh.
I lost everything that
Oh
day.
non.
Rip.
Banished.
Faites partie du
The
village.
Fed weren't finished with me yet.
Ben, faut pas que tu huntes du monde, là.
Ouais. Ça me fait penser à l'Amazon dans Diablo 2. C'est Diablo 2? Ouais.
Ouais. Ben,
I'll right the wrongs I've done. I'll do what I must.
elle a une amulette.
Matter the cost.
Wow!
I
Ah, t'as
will
sneaké
hear
ça.
the spirit once more.
c'est...
On dirait un mélange de Monk Ranger.
Ouais. Tu adaptes comme ça?
Oh boy.
J'aime vraiment ça.
C'est un ligue mécanique?
On n'a pas vu les mécaniques encore.
Ouais, mais... Oh! Mount. Premier mount.
Oh, 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 oh. J'aime pas, par exemple, que la menthe est à côté de toi quand que...
Ouais. Asmerian Wisp. What the fuck is that? Des summons, genre?
Oh. Oh non!
Oh.
Les Rogue Exile!
Ils sont de retour.
boy.
What the fuck? Sans support.
Ok,
Sans
nice.
unique.
Des extensions de plus.
The fuck?
Oh wow! Ok, ils ont fait une bonne job.
Holy shit.
Ok, ça
fuck.
s'enligne bien.
En fin de compte, je vais peut-être pas faire Huntress, mais peut-être essayer une Ascendency de notre classe. S'il ajoute des Ascendency.
Ouais.
Le 4 avril, c'est un vendredi, ça? Vendredi, ouais.
Ouais.
12 PM, c'est 3 PM, heure du Québec.
PST, ouais.
Enfin, je m'arrange finir plus tôt. Ça, si je veux suivre ça.
Malheureusement,
Ouais, ça va être
on est
difficile.
peut-être un peu tard, mais on risque d'avoir des problèmes aussi de connexion, comme à peu près tous les jeux avec des
Ouais.
grosses patchs.
Premier 3 heures, là. Genre avant 6 heures, ça serait pas jouable.
Il y a des chances que non.
Nice, ça a l'air intéressant. Le prochain vidéo, c'est le in-depth. Fait que ça va être intéressant, ça aussi. Fait qu'on peut faire play. J'imagine que ça va auto-queue l'autre. On va le savoir dans 2 secondes.
On verra.
Oh, je pense que oui.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers.
Salut, John.
Game Director on Path of Exile 2. Welcome to
J-Rog.
GG Live.
On
Well,
a-tu les,
it's been a little over 3 months since we launched early access.
y a-tu les
so it's
captions
about
en
time
français
for our
pour les gens qui
first
sont...
major content
Ah, il n'y a même pas
drop.
français. Wow!
Today, we're going to show you an exclusive
Portugais,
reveal of
japonais,
Path of
espagnol,
Exile
russe,
2,
coréen. Pas
Dawn
français.
of the Hunt, which
Nice.
launches on April 4th.
Close enough.
Twitch drops are enabled on
Je mets en
Twitch
anglais au
Live.
cas où que
To make sure you follow the instructions
les gens
below
sont
and
plus
claim your
habiles à lire
execution
l'anglais que en train
guillotine
d'écouter.
finisher effect. Now in today's stream, we're going to
Il est
take you on a
écrit?
New class, Ascendency.
Caption.
Character System Improvements. Endgame Improvements. Oh! Ah, ça gosse.
Ce que j'ai fait.
Oh, je sais pas.
C'est moi qui ai
On va faire replay. C'est un replay, ça.
Tup, 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 tup.
Attends un petit peu. Si j'enlève... Je pense que je peux la repartir de même. Ouais.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers,
Salut, John!
Game Director
Hey,
of
John!
Path of Exile 2.
Take two.
Welcome to GGG Live. Well, it's been a little over 3
Thank-
months since we
Oh,
launched
ouais,
early
en anglais.
access,
Ouais.
so it's about time for our
ouais,
first
faut que je
major
reprenne.
content
En
update.
anglais.
Today, we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt. which
Alright.
launches
Semaine
on
prochaine.
April 4th.
Ouais.
Push drops are enabled on today's live.
Oh fuck, il y avait des
so
push drops.
ensure you follow the
Oh well.
instructions below
C'est
to claim your
juste
executioner's agility
pour les
and
gens qui
finishing.
regardent, c'est pas live, on le fait le
Now, in
soir du
today's stream,
release,
we're gonna
du,
take on a deep dive into the new
reveal. In-game improvement, new in-game content. Je sais pas c'est quoi character system improvement. On va savoir
Dawn
en
of the
parler.
Hunt update. We'll cover a new class, 5 new
Le
Ascendency
Q&A, on va le
classes,
skipper là, parce que
a
c'est
huge
des gens qui
expansion
jasent
on
pendant une
character
heure après.
systems,
Après.
unique items, and support gems.
Avec Ziggy.
After that,
Ouais.
it's on to the in-game improvements, including changes to systems, a bunch of new encounters, and
Okay.
lots of other content.
Je me demande si on retravaillé les
We're gonna finish up today
Strongboxes.
with a live Q&A session with Ziggy
Il y a des
D,
bonnes
Path of
chances.
Exile
Qui était
2's
pas
game
vergeuse.
directors, myself and Mark, questions from
Pas
Josh.
vergeuse, c'est encore
We have a
là.
lot to cover today.
Understatement
Let's
of
get
the
started
year.
with a
Ouais.
trailer for Path of Exile 2,
Oh.
Dawn of the Hunt.
Ah, c'est le même jeu là qu'on a checké tantôt. Ouais.
Ouais.
C'est pas space, c'est juste 45 secondes. Une minute.
Shelter, even
Eh.
Un peu
love.
plus.
Peut-être un peu plus.
But for
Mais-
me, one day, all
Un
that
double
va être
take.
intéressant.
Ouais. J'ai vu une coupe de
J'ai
skills
aimé.
qu'on avait déjà avec le staff. J'imagine qu'il y avait
Ok.
des bouts de
something
gameplay que c'était avec un staff. En tout cas,
Ouais.
coupe de, tu sais, le gros slam avec un flip là.
and to
J'ai vu
defend
tantôt.
all
Ok.
loved. I
Tu sais, tantôt on n'a pas vu ça.
Ouais.
Avec le lightning. Ah ouais.
are lost.
T'étais-tu dans la même vidéo que moi, tantôt?
Maybe not.
But fate
Ah!
won't finish with me.
Ça l'explique.
Ouais. Bon, gameplay.
Non,
Ah,
ça va être le...
I'll right the
Après le-
wrongs I've done.
Je sais comme un caillon que
Logistique.
le staff c'est vraiment rapide, pis c'est comme irréaliste. Là. Elle swing en dessous de la barre du barreau en un quart de seconde.
Ah, ça pourrait être réaliste, là. Je veux dire, quelqu'un qui te pogne ça, tu
Ouais.
vas pas prendre 2 secondes
Non, c'est
de
ça.
spare pour ça.
Ouais, c'était ce slam là. Ouais.
Ok.
Ça c'est nouveau. Ça c'est tout nouveau.
Ouais.
Beaucoup de lightning, de feu. Ça, je sais pas c'est quoi.
Je sais pas, mais ça va de l'air le fun.
Ça. Oh, les beasts!
Peut-être.
Peut-être que l'affaire de Hunt, c'est Einar qui va revenir.
Oh, ça se pourrait, ça. Puis que la mode, c'est genre une des beasts que tu captures.
Peut-être. Ça, c'est fou, là. 25 skills, pis 100 passifs. Pas passifs, mais.
Ah oui, c'est ridicule. Ah, les Wisps, ça a l'air d'être une mécanique.
Ouais. Les Rogue Exile. Ça, c'est ridicule, là. Fuck. Oh, on peut-tu reculer de genre juste une couple de secondes?
Je sais
Comment je fais ça? Je veux voir le look des. Genre ça. Le masque il est nice à droite.
Ça a l'air d'une affaire de summoner.
Ouais. What the fuck le marteau. Sang unique. Damn. Belle armure.
Ça, c'était une crossbow!
Ouais, c'était pas pire gros. Endgame mécanique.
Ça, c'est les boss. Celui-là, je me souviens pas. Mais le premier, on l'a déjà vu.
Ouais. Il doit y avoir beaucoup de nouveaux boss aussi.
Du crafting?
Peut-être.
Parce qu'il tapait dessus une enclume.
Une map
Peut-être
avec
pour
du
qu'il-
crafting à la fin.
Oh. Oh. Pas sûr que j'aime ça.
Ouais, pas sûr non plus. Oh boy. J'espère qu'on va plus
ça
avoir
veut
de contrôle sur les layouts qu'on va faire à la fin.
Now, as you can see, in Dawn of the Hunt, we're introducing the
Just
first
fire.
new class since
Ugh.
early access
Huntress.
to PoE2, the Huntress. The Huntress is a spear-wielding Asmeri warrior, born into a society.
je pense qu'on va
with
l'écouter une
strict
troisième fois.
traditions. She
Ouais,
was
quasiment.
proud to know her made up using the power of a skill gem to defend her village. As a dexterous spear user, she specializes in both melee and ranged combat, dashing
Fait du
into and
blinding.
out of battle.
Oh ouais.
Spears have extended range and a short
Ouais,
dash,
mais
but
c'est
unlike
des skills,
other
là.
weapons,
Ouais,
you can
dans
also
Paul.
throw them.
peux faire un peu n'importe quoi là.
In order to make a hybrid ranged and melee character work, we have to do a lot of thinking
Beaucoup de
about
feu.
ways to make it fun to both enter and exit melee
Oui.
range. The first skill you will get as a Huntress is Whirling Slash. As well as striking in a
Ça peut
circle
être
around
nice,
you,
ouais.
this skill creates a whirlwind that blinds your enemies. Leaving the
Espèce
whirlwind
de
will
Blade
make it explode.
Vortex comme dans le 1.
The more Whirling Slash is used,
Ouais.
the bigger the
Ouais,
whirlwind
ouais, c'est vrai de ça.
and the bigger the explosion.
Nice.
Wow!
Once you're out of there, you'll want to follow up with something ranged. Whip your spear around to shoot twisters towards your foes. These twisters bounce off walls and can hit enemies multiple times.
Oh wow!
Also
Yeah.
throw twisters inside a whirlwind to shoot out extra tornadoes
The
that do
fuck?
way more damage.
Si tu ramp up le damage puis c'est des hits à
In
chaque
her
demi-seconde,
offhand,
ça peut
the
être
Huntress
assez
will
OP.
usually want to hold a buckler, which allows you to do a new skill,
Buckler.
parry.
Oh, fuck.
While holding down parry,
Parry.
the character will counterattack any incoming attack from
Oh.
monsters near you, stunning them.
Huh.
In addition, the monsters will take extra attack damage from your follow-up strike.
Nice.
Some specific skills are designed to be used after a parry and have
Oh boy.
extra effects. Disengage is a skill that does a quick jump back,
Un jump en arrière,
damaging
ouais.
enemies in front of you, and it can be used to interrupt other actions, like dodge roll. If you use it against a parried enemy though, it causes an explosion and gives you a frenzy charge.
Ooh, frenzy.
Just be careful. If you parry too much, you're gonna get stunned
knocked
and
down.
possibly killed.
Ok.
You
Il y a
can
une petite
combine
barre en
this
bas à
with
gauche.
whirling
Ouais.
slash. Slash,
Au-dessus des potions, il y a une barre de,
disengage,
comme, de
and
knockdown
you'll get
si
an
t'as rempli,
explosion
tu
to
tombes à terre.
disengage and the
Quand tu
whirling
bloques.
slash.
Ok.
C'était la même chose avec les
Huntress
shields,
also has a variety
avec
of
les
elemental
warriors.
spear throw attacks.
Aha.
You
Ça
could
rappelle
use
mon build.
lightning spear to bounce lightning between your foes. Or you could throw explosive spears into the ground.
Oh.
These spears take a while to detonate, but when they do, they'll incinerate anyone caught in the blast. All spear throws on the Huntress can also be empowered by frenzy charges.
Uh-oh.
For example, explosive spears will do an even larger explosion and leave fire on the ground.
Wow.
And these empowered versions can activate even more combos. Using Whirling Slash as a ground
That's
will
true.
suck up the
Nice.
whirlwind, adding fire to the explosion. Using twisters inside a fire whirlwind
Oh
will
boy.
shoot out fire tornadoes
Tornade de
as
feu? Ouais.
well.
Diablo 2! Druide.
And lightning too.
What the
Oh.
fuck? Chaque élément.
Ok, tous les
Now, a
éléments.
key aspect of hunting is exhausting your foes by causing blood loss.
Bleeding, ok.
This skill is Rake, which dashes towards your target and unleashes a deadly slash, opening up wounds on your enemy.
Salissant un peu par
Follow
exemple.
up with disengage and watch them bleed out.
Un peu. Oh boy.
On the health bar of
Bleeding peut
monsters,
être
you can see
intéressant.
how much blood loss the enemy has experienced, and the Huntress has skills to take advantage of this. For example, using Blood Hunt will thrust forward and cause a bloody explosion.
Okay.
The more blood loss, the bigger the explosion. If you want to cause bigger bleeds, try out Rapid Assault.
Ok.
The final
Un bon
hit of
single
this
target.
multi-hit combo will stick a spear into your enemy for a big bleed. Now,
Ok.
Explosive Spear and Rapid Assault both result in leaving spears behind, either in the ground or in enemies.
Huh.
But there are other skills that leave spears around too, like Storm Lance.
Puis j'imagine
that
qu'il
leaves
va y avoir
an
un
electrical
skill.
spear that arcs towards enemies.
Ouais.
Tu peux
do
trigger
with
ce qu'il y a à
spears?
terre.
Detonate them, of course.
Oui.
Ouais, comme ça. là.
Thunderous Leap will allow you to jump onto and explode any spears either on the ground or in your enemy.
Nice.
Dedans les ennemis
Now,
aussi.
as well as hunting animals, the Huntress also has the ability to work with them.
Oh.
While fighting any beast, you have the ability to tame it and use it as a companion.
What?
You can only have one
Oh, c'est
companion
comme,
at a time, but it will keep the mods that were on it.
Wow.
Try to find a rare beast with good mods to
Comme
take
dans le
full
1, les summons.
advantage of your ability to tame
Les
it.
Phantasms, c'est ça dans le 1? Je me souviens.
Euh,
Just
Que
the
tu peux
beginning of
revive
the Huntress.
jusqu'à 3
We've really
alliés.
tried to
Les
make
Spectres.
hybrid
Ah,
ranged
c'est ça.
and melee gameplay work for this class by having a huge amount of synergy between ranged and melee options. There are 22
moi qui
new
dans le
skills
1 jouais
available for the
beaucoup
Huntress.
avec les Spectres.
In-game, you'll be swinging
Je
hundreds of
vais
insanely
peut-être
powerful
vraiment aimer
spears,
ça.
sending forth spirit animals and summoning the might of Solaris from the sky.
Huh. Solaris, ça? Ouais.
Dude.
But we still haven't talked about Ascendency classes yet.
Oh, fuck.
What can the Huntress ascend into?
Oh boy.
Well, the first Ascension class
va
of
sûrement faire des
Rituals
pauses
is
dans
the
pas long.
Ritualist.
Oh boy.
The Ritualist has embraced the darker side of his merry
What
tradition
the fuck?
by harnessing the power of animal sacrifice
Wow.
and plague. The Corrupted Life Force skill causes all enemies around you to grow volatile blood boils on their skin. When those enemies are slain, the boils will burst, spreading corrupted blood to all enemies
Wow.
around you.
Wow.
The Ritualist also excels in
What?
taking advantage of magical trinkets.
Euh.
Filled finger skill allows you to
C'est ça, un
put an
ring.
additional ring on a finger
Ça, c'est
around your
vraiment brisé, là. Imagine-tu un build avec deux Calandra Mirror Rings? Pis t'as genre une ring de fou sur l'autre.
Y a pas. Y avait pas un. Une belt qui faisait en sorte que les rings étaient genre doublés.
Ouais, jusqu'à
Ouais.
80... Ouais, jusqu'à 100%.
Oh!
Ouais.
Ok. Non, elle va être brisée. Dans le brisé.
C'est ce que je commence à penser. Il y a gros, ben pas gros, il y a quelques skills de crossbow qui peuvent faire du bleeding aussi. Je me demande si ça serait pas bon un build avec elle, mais un crossbow à la place.
Il y a des bonnes chances.
Parce qu'elle spawn. C'est Dex.
Oh.
Es-tu pur Dex? Je pense que oui. Et qu'elle spawn en
Oui.
bas du tree. Elle commence dans le bas du tree. Ou en bas à droite. En bas à droite. Je me souviens plus.
À droite.
Ouais, je pense que c'est à droite.
Mystic Attunement increases the
Oh
bonuses
oui.
of all
25% increase bonus des rings et amulettes.
Ouais.
What the fuck? En plus, la belt, mettons.
Mhm.
Jusqu'à 125.
the rings and amulets.
Ça dépend si c'est un increase les deux. Ou ça se multiplie d'une manière étrange.
Ouais, c'est peut-être moins ou ça serait plus? Ça serait peut-être plus. Si l'autre
Je
c'est un
peux
more.
pas dire.
Fuck.
Equipped. Now this is one of my favorites. As the whispers ask,
C'est ça qu'on a vu tantôt, je pense, que quand on somme le corps à terre, mettons.
Use the skill
Ouais.
on the corpses of slain rare monsters
Ça
to
fait quoi?
absorb the power in their blood, to give you one of their modifiers for a short time.
Un headhunter on demand.
Ritualistic sacrifice with as the whispers demand.
Ritual sacrifice can be used on yourself. What the fuck? Ok, fait que tu sacrifies 20%, ça doit être une espèce de réservation. Non, c'est un one time. Ok. Wow, ok.
Which allows you to perform that skill on yourself instead of a corpse.
Oh.
Cut your own hand, sacrificing some of your own blood to empower yourself.
Nice.
The
What?
Amazon Ascension is for
Ritualist
those
is
looking to hunt
potentiel.
more than just beasts. Trained as an elite guard to the most important Asmeri elders, the
Ça va être
Amazon will
vraiment
use
plus
more traditional
combattant,
fighting techniques
celui-là.
mastered to perfection. The predatory instinct skill will cause you to reveal weaknesses in the defenses of
What
rare
the
and unique
fuck?
enemies, causing you to deal more damage. You can see those weak spots
Wow.
represented on their life bars. While using elemental infusion, any charges you consume will infuse your weapon with elemental power, causing any projectile attacks to
Cold
explode and
infusion, fire infusion.
The critical strike skill is as simple as it sounds. It takes your excess
Wow.
accuracy and gives it to you as critical strike chance.
Wow.
Additionally,
Un
you
crit
have
build.
skills like Mystic Harvest, which allows your elemental damage to leech life, and as Mary Brew, to be able to use either flask to restore
fuck?
both life
Nice.
and
Oh,
mana.
fait que t'as
those
comme
are the
deux
two
flasques
new
dans le fond qui
ascendancies
régènent
for
les deux.
Huntress. But those are not the only
Ouais.
ascendancies in Dawn of the Hunt.
Oh.
We've added a new ascension class for 3 of the other existing classes too.
Ranger, Ranger, Ranger.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
Warrior.
First up, for our warriors out there, we have the
Oh.
Smith of Kitava.
Smith.
The warrior is a blacksmith in origin, taught by his
Est-ce
father.
que je vais jouer
Grimly.
Warrior?
With this ascension, you
What
can
the
take
fuck?
your smithing skills to new heights by embracing power from the insatiable one himself.
Craft in the world.
Smiths of Kitava are master
Oh.
blacksmiths and
Qu'est-ce
have
que
the
ça
ability
fait?
to forge their weapon, quite literally. Using the Against
boy.
the Anvil notable skill, you can enhance your weapon with fiery destruction before any battle. After doing so,
What?
your attacks will release explosions on hit for maximum devastation.
Non, c'est beaucoup trop débile de faire
You
des
can also
explosions
use the
de même
power
partout.
of Kitava to summon an animated copy of your weapon to fight alongside.
Wow.
A great
Okay.
blacksmith can do more than just forging their weapon, though. Their armor can be enhanced too.
Uh-oh. Je vais voir le loup.
This Ascendancy
What
class
the
tree looks
fuck?
a little abnormal, and you're right. There's a lot of notable skills all disconnected at the bottom there.
Choisis
Ouais.
Taking
un
this
truc.
point here, which is free to assign, your character is unable to equip body armors with mods of any kind.
What?
So your body armor must be normal.
What
Sounds like
the
a downside, right?
Wait.
Except
Attends, faut
now in true
reculer.
blacksmith fashion, you get
Pas vu c'est quoi le premier?
which is
Il y avait
free
du
to
chaos.
assign.
Un
Your
peu.
character is unable to equip body armors with mods of any kind.
Ça va plus
Wow.
13. Wait.
T'as de l'armure contre le Chaos Damage aussi.
Ah, nice. Pour les hits. Il me semble que les hits de chaos, ce n'est pas tant que ça.
So your
Semble
body
pas
armor
tant
must
que
be
ça.
normal. Sounds like a downside.
Donc, ok, l'armure grant certains bonus de plus. Critical damage.
Except now in true blacksmith fashion, you get to craft your own body armor by
Wow.
taking those disconnected notables
C'est un
with your
immune,
points.
en gros.
Non,
If you want your
juste
body armor
100%,
to
deux
grant
fois
life,
plus dur.
take this notable. If you want resistances, take
What the
this one.
fuck?
There's
What
so
the
many
fuck?
choices. Think of it like you're crafting your own body armor, just in a more literal sense.
Ouais, mais c'est des points.
Ouais.
Now, let's move on to those who
Ben,
prefer
le
the
15% max
reassuring
life,
feel
c'est
of
assez
the
intense,
crossbow
ça.
in their hands, the
Ouais.
mercenary.
Ça
Mais-
m'intéresse.
Alongside the existing Ascension classes, the Gemling Legionnaire and the Witch Hunter, you can now play as the Tactician.
Ah,
The
ouais, ça a été
Tactician
leaké,
is a
ça.
former Blackguard
L'image.
elite. Free from the duties of a blackguard,
What the
he is
fuck?
able to use his training to decimate the monsters of
Nice.
Rayclast and earn a healthy income doing
Rain
so.
of arrows. Rain of bolts.
This training comes in the form of various skills like suppressing fire, which causes all projectiles to pin enemies. When
Wow.
you pin them right where we want them notable, your pin not only stops your enemies from moving,
Si,
but stops them from performing actions too.
What?
Ça ferait un beau combo. Moi, je prends ça, puis toi, tu prends l'Amazon. Hein? Ben, la spear.
For the
Fuck.
soldier's training, the Tactician also works well cooperatively.
Ouais.
Using the whoever pays best notable, you can place multiple banners at once.
Whoa.
The watch how we do it skill gives a portion of your weapon's damage to your allies as well.
What the fuck?
But if that isn't enough, you can also command your army of off-screen archers to unleash hell and carpet an entire area with arrows.
C'était débile
Finally,
de...
witch players will be able to join their
Oh.
legions by becoming
Oh.
undead themselves.
Summoner.
We're introducing the Lich Ascension class.
Fuck la Huntress. C'est pas...
The Lich is a master of chaos and
Mais,
curses and
ça a
can
l'air
sacrifice
intéressant
her
pareil.
life to
Ouais.
enhance her energy shield.
Oh
The
boy.
crystalline phylactery skill allows you to nominate a jewel in which to contain part of
What?
your soul, massively increasing its power. There's just one downside to splitting your soul this way, though. If you have no energy shield, your mana costs will shoot up. The necromantic conduit skill causes you and allies in your presence to have unholy might, granting extra damage
Wow.
as chaos damage. Rupture the soul makes enemies
By
you
la
curse
mana, par exemple.
explode with chaos damage
Ouais.
when slain.
Ça te prend un build que la mana, tu la passes dans
The
le Energy
minion of
Shield.
flesh allows you to apply an additional curse.
Deux curse. Fuck.
It's safe to say you'll be the true master of the occult by choosing the Lich class.
Hmm.
So Dawn of Hunt has the Huntress and 5 new Ascension classes, but it doesn't end there. Let's take a look at some of the new skills.
Oh boy.
Now you may remember we previously talked about the Raised Spectre
Oh.
skill. It's
Is it
finally
back?
complete, and it will be made available in the upcoming expansion.
Oh oh.
It can be found in the occult skills on the
Level
skill
7.
gem crafting panel.
Ok.
Raised Spectre
Nice.
is a skill that allows
Wow,
you to
tu
trap
vois
the
toutes
soul
les
of almost any
ce que tu
monster
peux
in the
raiser.
game,
Puis leur coup.
Ah, ça c'est bien.
Ouais.
which you can then summon in the skill panel.
Wow, ok, ça le capture genre dans ton gym.
Spectres cost spirit and will revive
Nice.
automatically if they die, but the spirit cost varies based on the power of the monster. You could summon an army of weaker monsters.
Ah, y a
or
pas
a
de
few
limite de
of the more
quantité.
powerful monsters.
C'est limité par
You
la
can combine
spirit.
them with your existing skeleton
Ouais.
minions, or summon exclusively specters. It's all up to you and how you want to
Wow.
customize your army of the undead. Given there are
Wow.
hundreds upon hundreds of monster variants and Path of Exile,
Ouais, ça a le potentiel d'être
it's safe
brisé,
to
ça.
say you'll be experimenting with this one for a while.
Quelque chose qu'ils ont
We
pas
look
pensé,
forward
là,
to
que
seeing
le
what
monde va
monsters
faire.
serve you best.
Ouais.
Now let's move on to our next skill.
Oh,
Since
mount.
we've been talking about summoning undead so much, let's have a change of
Oui.
pace and summon something a little more. In Dawn of
Plus
the Hunt,
envie.
we're adding the summon rower skill.
Oh, nice.
Summon your friendly rower to aid you in combat as a minion. You
Oh,
can
tu peux
also
attaquer
mount
pendant
your
que tu
rower in
bouges.
combat
Wow.
at any time, allowing you to move at
Wow.
full speed, even while shooting arrows or throwing spears. Be wary though, if you take too much damage while riding your mount, you can be knocked off and get overwhelmed.
Ok.
Équivalent d'un stun,
Keeping an eye
j'imagine.
on your stagger bar,
Ouais.
as falling off the mount can be
Ouais.
almost
Ah, la
certain
même
death.
petite barre en bas à gauche, ok.
On the topic of new ways
Ouais.
to enhance your character, let's talk about support gems.
Oh boy.
Support gems are used to modify your
Attends,
skill
on va voir
gems
c'est
in
quoi.
meaningful
Fuck,
and
il va trop
interesting
vite.
ways. Currently, we feel that a lot of builds have insufficient options here. To
Ouais.
alleviate
Je pense que
this,
c'est voulu.
we're adding
Ah non,
over
c'était
100
juste,
new support gems.
C'était deux gems qu'on connaît.
Hema crystals will enable a new
What
kind
the
of
fuck?
bleed build, turning the damage over time you would have done into explosive vile crystals.
Ok.
Wow.
Alignment is a support gem for bow attacks, which can reward skilled players with good positional skills. Caltrops will allow you to litter the battlefield with hazards, slowing your foes as you fling spears through their ranks.
What?
But there's plenty more
What
for
the
everyone,
fuck?
such as enormity.
Ok, va falloir y checker in-game. parce que-
Enormity, ouais, c'est ça. Plus gros minion,
Plus
plus
gros.
de damage, plus de vie. Wow, ok. Intense. Donc quand même gros.
Unsteady tempo.
Ouais, mais c'était quand même pas payé cher.
Ouais.
Profanity.
Huh. Wow, ok.
Retaliate.
Ça change ton damage en chaos si tu consommes un corpse pendant que tu attaques.
Nice.
Syzygy. Yep, that's a real word.
Quoi? C'est quoi ça?
Crushing blows.
Je sais
pas.
Je sais pas c'est quoi.
Now we've talked about a new class, new
Wow.
Ascendency classes, new skills, and new support gems.
Oui,
But
John.
let's not forget about the core of a true action
Oh
RPG,
boy.
the items. To start
Oh,
with, let's talk about
On va se avoir une
uniques.
coupe de pause ici.
We're adding over 100 new
Je me
unique
on va
prépare.
essayer.
options.
Non, à vrai dire,
This
ils vont
time,
peut-être
we've
pas
made
être trop
sure to add
montrés.
uniques with a
Ouais.
focus on mid and in-game
Ouh.
tiers.
Ils
to
vont
make
montrer
sure
comme
there are
2-3
more
sûrement.
exciting items to
Sur
find
100.
for higher level characters. Let's look at some examples.
Shield. Beaucoup d'armure, Fire Resist, Chaos Res, Stun Threshold. Ah, fait que c'est...
Tu rajoutes des dégâts de feu par rapport à ton bloc.
Puis j'imagine que Gain 1%, c'est l'équivalent du More, fait que c'est quand même pas pire. Pour un build de Shield.
C'est pas du more, c'est du plus. Ouais, c'est
Ouais.
étrange.
Mettons que tu fais 100 de dégâts, tu vas faire 101.
Ouais.
Si tu fais 1000, tu vas faire 1000.
1010. Ouais.
Mais c'est off damage, c'est pas juste physical ou hit damage, c'est tout.
C'est tout
Ouais.
ton dégât.
Ça pourrait être bon sur un summoner, ça, je sais pas si ça marche pour les minions.
Embrace your inner devil with
Ben,
Chernobog's
si
Build.
t'as.
It grants you a large
Non,
amount
c'est
of
toi,
fire damage
je
based on
pense.
your block chance.
Ouais, gain, je me ça de toi ça, seulement.
The coming calamity allows you to become
What the.
Wow, 3 heralds gratis sur un staff. Plus life. All resist. Enemies. What the f. Ça va valoir cher.
Ouais, ça risque de valoir très cher. Ah, mais malheureusement, il n'y a pas grand chose dessus, à part ça. À part tout ça, là. Mais
Ouais, mais.
c'est un body armor.
Ah, je pensais que c'était le staff. Ok.
Non.
Le Grand Skill. Il prend-tu de la Spirit ou te le donne automatique? Je pense qu'il donne automatique.
Grant, habituellement, il fait juste que tu.
Que tu l'as.
Je sais pas.
Je pense que tu l'as juste tout le temps.
Je pense que tu fais juste l'avoir, mais je sais pas s'il est actif.
T'as 3 heralds assez chers gratis de Spirit, pas mal. Sinon, ça serait un petit peu à chier comme body armor. Là.
Peut-être pas, on verra.
become a true elements, granting you all 3 elemental herald skills
Ah.
without costing any spirit.
Oh.
At the same time, it penalizes enemy
Bon ben.
resistances.
On a eu notre
Wastegate
réponse.
is a
Une
belt
belt,
useful for
max
builds
life,
using
max
single
mana.
resource like blood magic or archmage builds.
Ok.
With this belt, you can use 2 life flasks or 2 mana flasks.
Je vois pas dans quoi ça va être utile.
Mais
Now we could go through these all day,
non, pas réellement.
but we'll leave most of them for you to discover.
Wow!
Suffice to say though, we want there to be way more cool things to find. Over time,
The
our goal is
fuck?
to add a unique to every single base item type at a minimum, so that you can chance any base in the game.
No.
Now, given that we have the Huntress, we have a set of unique spears from
Oh
early
boy.
game all the way through the end game as well.
Oh
One
boy.
example is Scyther's Spear,
Level
which combines
33.
bleed and
Du
fire in a
bleeding.
powerful way.
Ouais.
It allows your
Beaucoup de-
ignites to be
Ah,
aggravated,
ok,
dealing
ouais, c'est juste
substantially more
melee.
damage.
Mais beaucoup de bleeding.
Oh,
We're also introducing
tu
a
peux
suite
faire
of
du
unique
fire,
buffers with
du
some interesting
ignite.
parry mechanics. Kalgyra's Arc, for example, allows you to parry projectiles from any distance.
Wow.
And we're also adding our first unique charms.
Oh.
Bayra's Anguish.
Ça vaut un pause. Quand tu pognes en feu.
T'es immunisé au ignite.
Ok. Puis 23% de chance de gagner une charge. Ah, une charge pour le charm. Ok. Oh. Dans un build, c'est quasiment un Righteous Fire homemade. Mais faut que tu mettes le montant en feu autour, pas loin. Sinon ça fait rien.
Ouais, c'est quand même vraiment bien.
Not only protect you from ignite, but will also emit a devastating fire nova whenever you do get ignited. In sum,
Nice.
there's just a ton of new uniques to find. We can't wait
Oui,
to see the
John,
weird
100
and broken
plus,
builds
on l'a
that
vu
come out
tantôt.
of it.
Fuck.
Now we also want to talk about crafting options.
Oh boy.
In each major update during early access, we'll be continuing to add and improve the
Il
options
y a une
here.
couple de nouvelles affaires
We
là-dedans.
have various new crafting tools that have been added as rewards to many of the different types of new content that we're
No.
adding. But for now, I just want to mention the changes
No.
to runes. Runes add commonly available mods.
Oh.
Il y a
But
différentes
since they only
qualités.
have one tier,
Ouais,
flat damage
différents
mods tend to
tiers.
get outclassed by
Wow.
in-game. So
Ok.
we've changed
Nice.
runes to have
J'aime le
multiple
look.
tiers, allowing you to get higher tier mods than
Ouais.
before. Our plan is to significantly expand the number of more specialized mods for crafting using socketables as we add new content
On
over
va
time.
savoir du storage de
And
runes.
the first new set of those comes from what we're talking
Ah,
about.
ça serait bien.
In Dawn of the Hunt,
Ça
we're
vaudrait le
adding
5 piastres.
Asmerian Wisps, which can be found
Oh.
throughout both the campaign and the endgame.
Oh, c'est ça la mécanique.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce que ça fait?
The Asmeri spirit has made itself present in Rayclast,
Okay.
and it appears to be trying to warn, or maybe prepare us for
Oh.
the coming darkness. You will first encounter a manifestation of it in the Grellwood in Act 1,
Okay.
where you'll meet Delwyn, an Asmeri hunter who is trying to find out what exactly is causing the spirit to
Einar.
behave this way. As you approach the wisp, it will flare.
Ein Arm
leading you
Spirit.
past monsters.
Bear touch. Oh, oh.
Any monsters it comes into contact with are infused by it, making them more powerful.
Ok.
Each spirit
C'est un
is associated with
mix
a
entre les
specific
spirits
revered animal
puis
within
les...
its Mary culture. This one
C'est...
is a wisp of the Great Bear.
Dans
It
un, les
grants
Wisps,
enemies
là,
extra life and
quand
stuff.
tu sors de la map,
The wisp moves
tu sors de la
faster the
zone,
closer you
ça
are.
infuse
As you
tout.
move away,
Mais
they
pour moi, ça
slow down
infuse
to
juste
wait
que ça touche.
But if you
Ouais,
get too
il
far
ressemble
away
un peu
too
aux
long,
Spectres
you'll
à la
dissipate
place.
and return
Ouais,
to the
c'est ça.
woods.
Les ghosts, là.
As you continue to chase the wisp, it will find and possess a rare or unique monster,
Oh,
granting
ouais,
it
c'est
a
ça.
new powerful ability. Because this was a wisp of the Great Bear, this monster now also has increased life and stun.
Huh.
But on top of that, it
Her
will
touch
periodically
shot.
summon a large spectral bear that slams with wild fury. If
Ça
you're
va
able
pas
to
être le fun.
defeat this foe, you will be rewarded. For each monster that was infused and killed along the way, the rewards will be
Oh.
increased.
Nice.
Each wisp has its own mechanics. The wisp of the Winter Owl is
Nouvelles
a
Maps.
primal wisp that causes enemies to deal extra cold damage.
Un espèce de mix de tower puis désert.
When infusing a monster, they will call down large tornadoes
C'est quoi
to
ça?
protect their
Ok.
host.
Wow.
The wisp of the Wild Cat is a vivid wisp that causes affected monsters to deal more critical strikes
Oh
and become
non.
more evasive.
Nope, nope,
When
nope.
it infuses a monster, it will summon a barrage of feline spirits
Oh
that
boy.
will attempt to tear you limb from limb.
Des chats!
If
Ouais.
you're lucky, you may even find sacred wisps that can do some pretty
Oh
crazy
boy.
things to the monsters they influence.
Oh boy.
Like the wisp of the Cunning Fox, which
Des
turns normal
uniques, hein.
monsters into magics, magic
What?
monsters into rares, and rare monsters into actual bosses.
Ok.
En unique.
As Myrian Wisps can drop a new set of
Les
socketable
talismans.
items that allow you to craft a wide range of interesting new mods onto your items.
Nice.
Each one may only be used on a
Corrupted
specific
Blood
monster.
Immune.
As mentioned,
J'aime bien celle-là.
the
Ouais.
Asmerian Wisps can
Toi
be
aussi, tu l'as
encountered
vu.
throughout the game. But there's also
Ah,
a new endgame map called the
ouais,
Asmeri
c'est-
Ranges, a mountain village where the Asmeri once lived, now overrun with corrupt
Oh.
monsters. This map always has multiple Asmerian Wisps in it,
Wow.
and familiar,
Oh boy.
yet not quite
Une
the
map
same
unique,
boss
qu'a dit?
fight.
C'est ça qu'elle dit?
Asmerian
nouvelle map.
Wisps can also be further modified by the endgame Atlas tree as well,
Atlas Expanded.
and by
Oh.
tablets.
Ouais.
But I'm not going to be the one talking about those things.
Ah, connard.
In order to cover all the new content in in-game, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Oh, salut Marc.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts,
Hey.
game director.
Ouais, c'est lui qui
on
parle du
Path of
endgame
Exile
d'habitude.
2.
Oh oh.
There's a
Okay.
ton to talk about with the endgame today, so let's dig right in. Path of Exile 2's
Okay.
early access
Ça, c'est
began with
pareil.
a brand new endgame. It was
Attends.
clear that it needed a lot of work.
Ouais, je pense que
After
c'était peut-être
absorbing
le
your
premier,
feedback,
ça.
we're
Ouais.
ready to make some epic changes.
Oh.
The
Epic
first
games.
thing is, we just need a lot more content.
Mhm.
In Dawn of the
Ouais.
Hunt, we have made sure to focus on increasing the sheer number of interesting
Ok, juste
and
plus
different
d'encounters,
encounters you
c'est
will
bon.
randomly stumble into as you explore the endgame. And the second goal is to
Ouais.
smoothen the progression through maps and reduce the
Laisse-nous
amount
choisir
of annoying busy
les
work.
layouts, s'il vous plaît.
To start with,
Genre, quelle
let's
map
talk
voulez?
about the new interesting stuff to find. Well, the most obvious thing to add are new maps.
Ça, c'était ça.
As well
ouais.
as the Asmeri
Ooh.
ranges
Un bateau.
that Jonathan mentioned earlier, Dawn of the Hunt also contains 7 other new
okay.
maps, all with their own custom encounters. Let's start with this one.
The Feral Megaliths map starts off in the
Bon nom.
wild Izamite forests.
Non, j'aime vraiment pas le nom.
As you progress through the forest, you will find mysterious rune-carved stones
Okay.
that, when touched, surge with energy. After activating all the stones, you can find a grand henge, where all the
Une espèce
energy
de
is
unlock
coalescing.
chaque
You
stone
can then
pour la
start
boss.
an encounter. The
Oh.
area darkens, a storm moves in, and a
moi, je me
concentration of
tasserais un peu.
energy summons a
Ouais.
dangerous boss.
Ouais.
Fight
Okay.
and defeat the boss to get its rewards.
Oh, un Vilethorn.
Once you have defeated it, summon another,
What?
and another, and another,
Ouais, il y en a 5.
and another.
Oh non, c'est
You
tous
have
des
10
vrais, des
total
vieux
waves of
boss.
boss fights which get incrementally more
What?
difficult.
Ça ressemble à
If
Maven un
you
peu.
manage to defeat
Tu
them,
fais tous tes
you
boss,
get
là.
full boss rewards, but also opportunities to get new runes.
Ok.
These can only be
Oh
obtained
boy.
from this
Ça
map.
vaut-tu un pause?
The
Oh.
Fractured Lake
Non.
contains a surreal waterscape with
Elle est
fractured
bizarre.
mirror-like
Je l'aime déjà
objects.
pas.
Oh, du
As you
fracture.
move around the map, the terrain
Moi, je l'aime.
itself
Ça rappelle
elevates from
Calandra.
below, creating the ground you walk on. In this unique map, all the rare monsters are
Non, une
mirrored,
map unique.
so you're
Ok.
always fighting 2 of the same rare at the
Oh.
same time, which can prove quite difficult. If you manage to
Oh.
overcome that challenge and make it to the end of the map, you'll be presented with a broken mirror,
Ah, c'est
a
Calandra.
powerful altar-like object that contains an item within.
Ah!
The item
Un item
contained
de...
within is a new base type,
Ouais.
either an amulet or a ring
Ouais.
that can be crafted to have additional prefixes
Wow.
or suffixes at the cost of the other. The last unique map we'll show today is one based around the essence mechanic. You enter a crystalline
Oh, c'était des
cavern,
unique maps.
and you will find
Et
a
ouais, c'est
powerful map boss
des
imprisoned in the center.
systèmes de heist, des bases
It is
d'heist.
surrounded by many rare monsters,
Non, non.
Oh.
also imprisoned in essences.
Oh.
Oh,
By
les nouvelles
freeing
essences.
and defeating the rare monsters, the essence they held will be upgraded to a greater essence and be
Oh.
added to the imprisoned
Une map pour les essences.
How brave
Ouais,
are
c'est une
you?
map unique.
Oh
How
boy.
many essences
Wow.
will you add to the
4
boss?
grader.
Overdo it, you might lose everything. Underdo it, and you might regret it. It's your choice.
Ben, ils font des gars.
Alongside visual
Quoi?
improvements,
J'ai vu quelque
you're
chose.
now able... How many essences will you add to the boss?
Check bien, check bien.
Overdo
On
it,
voit si tu vas
and
le
you
voir.
might lose everything. Underdo it, and you might regret it.
Un petit détail
It's your
intéressant.
choice.
En dessous de You Have Died.
Ah,
Portals.
oh. Oui, mais ça, c'était pour les maps uniques.
Ah, peut-être
pense.
juste pour les uniques, ouais.
Speaking
Ouais.
of essences, alongside visual improvements,
Mais
you're
ils vont
now
peut-être en
able to
parler.
apply
Ouais.
Varlorbs to corrupt the essences
Oh!
with a range of unpredictable outcomes.
Yummy.
It could increase the number of essences,
Increase the tier.
reroll all the essences to the same type,
Oh.
or even upgrade the essences to
Ouais.
greater essences.
Va peut-être être
Or
payant
if
ça.
they're already greater essences, well,
Oh.
it can upgrade those too.
C'est ça les nouvelles
Oh.
essences
Four
que j'ai vues
new
tantôt. Ouais.
corrupted essences. Essence of Hysteria, Delirium,
They are back.
and Insanity.
Oh.
Each corrupted essence has its own interesting
No.
combat mechanics.
Oh.
For example, the essence of insanity causes you to question even your own mind. As monsters split into shadowy clones,
Oh boy.
you must locate
No.
the real one before a devastating icy explosion freezes everything around it.
Rip.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
wow.
Each of these has their own crafting outcomes. The essence of insanity can be applied to a belt. It
What?
adds a mod that will ensure the next Varlorb used on the belt will guarantee adding 2 enchantments.
Wow. Enchantments.
Ouais.
Wow.
2 corruption.
It's worth
Ça va coûter
noting
cher.
all the essences in the unique map
Non, 2
are
enchant
already
en plus du
corrupted.
corrupt.
If you're willing to risk it,
Oh.
it's worth noting we have also added 10 extra
Nice.
Atlas passive points you can earn by completing
Nice.
5
Le gros
different
tree.
unique maps.
Oh, de
Cinq
ces
maps.
maps uniques.
Ouais, 2
Now-
points chaque.
New maps are just
Ouais.
the beginning. We had a goal where we
Nice.
wanted to make sure you were constantly finding exciting new content, and that it could be lurking around any
Il y a
corner.
encore
Oh.
13 minutes.
So, we have
What the
added a
fuck?
bunch of new
Damn.
things that you could stumble into in
C'est
any
l'enfer.
map you run.
Oh, les maps
On your
mécaniques.
travels, you will sometimes encounter
These-
rogue
these-
exiles.
Oh
Others
non!
like you who have been exiled and are openly hostile.
Adrienne.
Some are malicious, some are mad,
Ah.
while others are simply fiends for loot. They will challenge you, a fight to the death.
PVP.
They use the same skills available to players,
L'équivalent de.
Oh,
even
nice.
the same items. They aren't just dressed
Ouais.
up in those items, they're actually using them. It's
Nice.
going to feel like a true player versus player situation.
Oh, ça
Of
risque d'être des
course,
gros
if you are able
combats.
to slay these exiles, those items will all drop on the ground.
Wow.
Oh!
So
Comme
if
lui, il y a
you
2
encounter
uniques
an
en haut, en
exile
dessous de sa
using
vie.
a powerful or valuable unique
Oh.
item, which you can see displayed under their life bar, you want to be damn sure you kill them.
Tu vas en voir un qui est comme
Because if
Mage
they
Blood,
kill you
puis un
and
autre truc.
your party,
Ah.
they'll portal out, taking their items with them.
Ouais.
Every fight feels
Oh.
completely
Oh,
different
non, il y a les
depending
fifth
on
les
what
fifth
they
portal
become equipped with.
aussi.
Oh.
These exiles
Ouais.
are much smarter than
Nice.
your regular monster. They have capabilities
Encore
to dodge
Adrienne.
roll, avoid your abilities with smart pathfinding,
Ouais, c'est qu'ils veulent pas tous
targeting,
nous les montrer.
and much more
T'as plus de vie
action-packed
d'eau, what the
gameplay.
fuck?
Ouais, prends tes
Fortunately,
potions,
they're
bro.
light gear and they're not super durable.
Comes
Unless,
art.
of course, they're wearing uniques like
Nice.
Calm's Heart.
Ouais.
Oh!
In which case, expect a longer battle.
Beaucoup de vie.
There are 12 different rogue exiles you can find,
Ah.
each with their own skills and
Fait que
personalities.
c'est comme des uniques boss que tu peux voir un peu n'importe
Some
où.
may insult you,
Mhm.
while others may admire your honor in combat.
Huh.
Another encounter you might stumble onto in Dawn of the Hunt
Oh.
one of 4 new unique Strongboxes.
Oh.
Strongboxes are chests with modifiers. When you try to open them, they activate traps and spawn waves
Ok,
of
il disait
monsters
unique
that
dans le
you
sens
must
que
defeat
les
to
5
access
sont,
the loot.
les 4 sont différents,
Let's
pas
take a look at
rares,
2
t'es
of the new
unique.
unique boxes that are harder to
Good.
find
Nice.
and behave just a little bit differently.
Ooh! Shiny!
The Ogham's Legacy Strongbox has a corpse splayed out in front of the rune
Ah ouais,
carved
non, c'est
C'est
des
stone.
unique.
Ouais. ok.
Upon interacting with the stone, you activate forbidden Ezomite magic.
Revive
which
5 fois les
revives
monstres.
monsters
boy.
and powerful rare.
Oh, puis chaque
The
fois qu'il
Strongbox
revive, il
comes with
pogne
a
le
modifier
power.
which determines how many times it will revive that rare.
C'est juste un
Each
dude?
time you defeat the monstrosity, the
Ouais.
Strongbox revives it again,
Heureusement.
adding an extra modifier to the monster.
Ouais, mais il y a
Oh.
plus de
With
modes à
each
chaque fois.
resurrection,
Ouais, il y a un
it's
mode de
more
plus à chaque fois qu'il
difficult,
revive.
but also more rewarding.
Ouais. sais pas si tu vois là, mais
Il y avait beaucoup de lignes. Valtech.
Isha
31
Format
packs.
has a powerful artifact inside, and is guarded by
Holy
chaos itself.
shit.
Defeating the monsters will grant you a unique item with a
Oh.
specific corrupted outcome. You'll have to find the other two for yourself to see what they do.
Oh,
Sacrifier une tête.
chaîne.
Now, let's talk about the introduction to the endgame.
Oh, c'est pas ça déjà?
Upon starting the endgame, Doriani tasks you with cleansing corruption
Ouais.
to help restore the land.
Ouais.
However, in practice, the quest objective just sent you on a grind to clear 15 maps. We wanted to make the quest to unlock your Atlas passives
Oh boy.
much more interesting.
Actual quest?
Now, Doriani is tasking you with a more specific objective.
Nice.
On the Atlas, you will find areas of corruption caused by the beast. In the center of each one, you will find a corrupted nexus,
Un boss de
the
corruption.
source of the affliction.
Ouais.
In the areas leading up to the nexus, you will notice that corruption spills out from slain enemies.
Équivalent
and amalgamates into
des
powerful
fortress,
monsters.
mais pour la corruption seulement.
Corrupted maps
Ouais.
existed on the Atlas before, but we've done significant work on improving these monsters.
Oh boy.
We've also done a full pass on the modifiers on these maps to make them more interesting and more rewarding.
Je me demande si on va
Once you
pouvoir
reach the
rejouer les
nexus,
maps
you will have a new task.
complétées.
Cleanse the source of corruption.
Je pense que.
When you defeat the last rare in those maps, they will spawn one of 3 terrifying bosses.
Oh boy.
Amalgamation
Je me demande si quand tu clears la corruption, ça
After
devient des
defeating
maps
that
normales,
boss,
puis après tu
Doriani
peux
will
les
come
rouler,
and
genre.
cleanse the corruption for good.
Non, sûrement pas.
As the remains of the boss are purged of corruption, it coalesces into raw crystallized power, which you can use to gain points for your Atlas passive skill tree.
Ok.
Ok.
The upgrade system that allows you to add and enhance content in your maps. We didn't stop there though.
Oh.
What the fuck,
When
c'est
you
nouveau?
complete a corrupted nexus,
Ouais.
all of the remaining
Ah, il
surrounding
convertit en autre
corrupted
chose.
maps will become cleansed maps.
Wow.
Ok.
Cleansed maps also have new
Les
monsters,
cristaux blancs.
a new boss,
Wow.
Oh.
and their own set of modifiers and rewards, including finding fracturing orbs by slaying cleansed enemies.
C'est nouveau ça. On aime ça.
Fracturing.
Vous n'avez-tu dans avant?
These orbs can be
Oui.
used in crafting on a rare item to
Mais je veux
cause
dire, dans le
Ouais.
deux- dans le 2,
modifiers
je veux
to
dire.
become
Il n'y avait pas.
fractured.
Non.
A fractured modifier
Ouais.
is one that cannot be modified by any means.
Ça va valoir cher.
Bon.
You are able to
On
freely
va commencer à
modify the
jaser.
item, ensuring the fractured modifier will never change. If you get the right item with the right mod, it can prove to be a very powerful
Oui.
crafting base indeed.
46 MF.
You must now choose. Do you complete
Ouais.
all the
Tu veux tes
corrupted
corruptions
maps
ou
and
tu veux
end
des
the
cleansed?
nexus? Or maybe you beeline to the nexus, complete it,
Ouais.
and do all the remaining
C'est comme
maps cleansed.
Tower, mais inversé. Tu vas clear la
Both
Tower
have
first
rewards
pour
to
avoir le
entice
tour.
you and challenges to
En
assist.
cleansed.
Ouais.
Now,
Ou pas.
let's have a
Dépendant de ce
talk
que tu veux
about
faire.
towers.
Oh.
One thing we've had a lot of feedback on is
Trois.
the busy work around running towers and managing your tablets.
Tu vas en mettre 3 par
The
Tower.
first change we've made here
Ouais.
is that we have reduced the number of towers drastically.
Oh,
Oh.
So there
nice.
are now 1/3 as many as before.
Ouais, je sais pas si c'est
Ah.
une autre
We've
chose.
made them much more powerful.
Un plus grand range.
C'est une bonne
To
chose.
start
Ouais.
with, tablets now inherently add twice as many mechanics.
Ok, 2
But
plus
that's
fixes.
not all.
Ben 2
Running higher
affixes.
tier maps and towers now increases the number of mechanics applied by tablets.
Oh.
By tier 15, the bonus is doubled,
Nice.
allowing a single tablet to now add 4 times as many
Ah,
mechanics
puis
as
tu peux.
before. So, we're running far fewer towers,
Ils sont pas tous
dealing
autant.
with fewer tablets,
Ouais.
and affecting
Il doit
even
être différentes
more maps
grosseurs
than
de
before.
Tower.
But
visuellement.
because there are
Ouais.
fewer towers overlapping with each other, you won't get as many
Tu peux peut-être
opportunities
en avoir
to
jusqu'à
stack different
4.
tablets.
Ouais, on
In
dirait.
order to solve this, we've made it so that each tower can consume up to 3 tablets at
Ah,
once.
3. C'est quoi le quatrième
You
slot?
always get 1 slot when completing the tower, but if you can complete a tower with more mods on the
Ah, tu peux
waystone,
refaire les
you can
towers.
unlock a second
Oh.
or third slot. Overall, this allows for even more juicing from towers,
Oh.
while drastically reducing the
Ouais.
amount of busy work you
C'est
have
pour ça que
to
je
do.
pense que peut-être qu'on va pouvoir rejouer
On
les
top
maps.
of that, towers are much more interesting
pas.
maps because they can now spawn with all mechanics,
Ah, ça c'est good.
including bosses. Each
Nice.
tower map has a new boss.
Ok.
Oh.
Let's take a look at a couple here. The boss fight of the Alpine Ridge map has 2 powerful
Nice.
witches contesting for territory.
Ça, la
One
récit,
witch
la
is
récit,
affinity for
l'enfer.
ice, the other fire.
Ouais.
Who will win?
Ils ont copié l'animation.
Ça veut
Hopefully.
dire que quand tu vas venir foutre le bordel, ils vont. Ouais.
The boss of the
Ils vont
sinking
s'en virer
spire
de
map
contre
is a
toi.
remnant of the Val
Ouais.
that has been charged with
Lightning.
lightning.
Ah.
It uses a full suite of lightning abilities.
Bon, les 3 éléments
But
sont
be
covered.
careful. If any of them hit the
Déjà.
surrounding
Non,
constructs,
il reste
they
Chaos.
are
Ouais, il
over.
reste il reste
Another
Chaos.
thing that we've seen a lot of feedback about is sustaining waystones.
Ouais.
As we looked into it, we realized that the people who couldn't
Nous autres, c'était
sustain
pas super à la
waystones
fin, là.
were dying a lot.
Ouais.
A lot more than we
Portals.
had
Ouais.
expected. And that made us realize something. During
Portals.
the campaign, the expectation is that you can die
Ouais, c'est là
multiple
qu'il l'annonce.
times
Oui.
in order to learn how to overcome challenges.
On l'a déjà vu.
You
On
are
l'a déjà
able to
vu.
learn how the monsters behave, adapt to their skills,
Ben,
and
6
eventually
extra, ça veut dire
overcome
que c'est un de plus que dans le 1. Dans le 1,
But as
c'était
soon
6
as you get
total.
to the end game, you're effectively no longer allowed to die if you want to sustain waystones. By the time you are getting towards the end of Endgame,
Content qu'ils
we want you to have
reverse
to
leur
be
décision
careful not
là-dessus.
to die. But it
Bon, ben,
certainly
je pense que c'est
shouldn't
une
be
bonne
that we have
chose, là.
such a
Ouais.
sudden shift as you run your first map.
Parce que.
The first change we're making is you can
Sa
now
vie.
respawn and return to a map if you die,
Quelle vie.
Oh, 5 portals remaining.
continuing from where you left off.
Avec un
Ah,
checkpoint.
c'est qu'il avait déjà spawné peut-être dedans
When you
à la
start
place
the
d'avoir des.
endgame,
Ouais,
you get up to
peut-être.
6 total attempts
Ok.
per map.
Incluant party group, party play.
As you add more modifiers
J'imagine,
to a
ouais.
Ça
waystone,
devrait.
the number of respawns goes down.
Oh!
Nice.
This
Smart.
means that as you get to the point that you're running every waystone as a rare, you will have to be
Ah,
more
fait que
careful.
6 modes, t'as un essai. Mettons 4 modes, t'aurais 2 essais.
Oh.
In parties, everyone gets to respawn that number of times.
Ah,
Oh,
ça, c'est nice.
wow!
Ok. Makes sense pour les 6 modes là.
We still think it's important that
Ouais.
you can kill
Ah, puis
a
à
boss
gauche,
in
dans
one
sa
go.
barre de vie, au-dessus, tu vois que
In
le
order
dos
to
du reste
allow
5
that to
respawn.
happen, we've made a change so that once you
Dans
start
le
the
party,
boss
là,
fight,
à
it
gauche.
changes over to the same
Ouais.
respawning
C'est
system
vraiment
we
beau.
use for
Ouais,
pinnacle
c'est
bosses.
nice.
This means that the map owner can choose to respawn everyone at the same time.
Ah, c'est bon.
Oh,
ça.
wow! Non, j'aime ça.
Another complaint we've seen a lot of is players not wanting to do the pinnacle content because of the experience penalty from dying.
No XP penalty from
A change
Pinnacle.
we've made here is that
Nice.
all pinnacle content now no longer grants experience,
Ooh.
but
C'est
also
bon, ça.
no longer removes experience on death. either.
Ouais.
5
Dawn of the
attempts.
Hunt
Oh,
also brings
c'est-
the first batch of Twilight Order Reliquary Keys
Oh.
from the early access supporter packs.
Ouais, ceux qui ont
Oh,
acheté
oh.
le gros pack au début ont pu créer leur
These
système.
keys contain items selected by our supporters.
Oh boy.
They can contain
Ça
any
sent le
unique
pause, ça
item
sent le
found
pause.
in Path of Exile 2.
Fruitball. Ah, c'est.
Ouais, on connaît ça.
On la connaît
If
celle-là,
the
ouais.
selected item is a pinnacle boss drop, then only special keys dropped by this content will
Wow.
be able to provide these items.
Fait que les clés
Oh,
content
wow.
vont être chères.
Hand of Wisdom in action can only come from a key dropped
Oof.
by Zesht.
Les Hawa gloves, ça va être cher.
We're also making a change that allows pinnacle boss uniques to drop
Dude.
at any
Les gloves avec la Huntress. C'est pour attack speed puis damage.
difficulty.
Ah,
Will be
malade.
rarer at lower
Malade.
difficulties, but
Oh.
still possible to find.
Oh.
This applies to the
Swing.
drop charges for the reliquary keys from this content as
Diamond. Ah, ouais.
Diamond. Un jewel.
Ouais, c'est un jewel qui va être cher,
well. We
mais ça
spoke
me
about towers and tablets earlier, but we have
Oh.
also added a suite of unique tablets.
Oh.
Each of these adds crazy interactions to the maps influenced by it.
Expédition en bas à gauche. Ah,
For
ben c'est
example,
un pour chaque
this unique
mécanique.
tablet allows you to run any map in a tower's radius without requiring connections,
Huh.
which can be quite useful
Wow.
for jumping gaps and
Nice.
traveling around your
Des,
atlas.
des frog, frog
And this
jump.
tablet causes all runic
Nice.
monsters spawned during expedition encounters to be duplicated.
Oh.
Expedition monsters that emerge from the ground.
Wow.
The Atlas tree has also been expanded,
Oui.
and you can find many of the new
Ah,
mechanics
Ça
plus de
grossit
there, and
beaucoup.
improvements to
Exile.
existing ones too.
Je suis pas sur le temps de là, le premier qu'il a mis, là, mais c'était
Non.
plus de Exile.
Now through this line,
Attends,
which
check
can
ouais.
be quite useful for jumping gaps
Oups,
and
j'ai refait un peu
traveling
trop.
around your atlas. And this
Ok,
tablet causes
je pensais,
all
j'étais comme,
runic monsters
hein?
spawned
Qu'est-ce qui se
during
passe?
Ouais, j'ai
Je parle
refait
de
comme
ça.
15 secondes.
and weakens all expedition monsters.
On a-tu
that
juste
emerge
vu
from
un
the ground.
des Atlas perk?
The Atlas
montres
tree
juste
has
ça.
also been
So,
50% de chance
plus de Rogue Exile.
contained. Wow.
expanded, and you can find many of the new mechanics there.
J'aime
And
qu'il
improvements
il
to
fait par
existing
exprès pour
ones
éviter
too.
tout ce qui veut pas leaker là.
Ouais.
Plus d'essence, nice. Et 30% de plus de chances d'être
Now,
greater.
through this
Wow.
live stream, we have mentioned quite a few new crafting options that we've
Uh-oh.
added. New runes, corrupted
More
essences,
Ouais.
fractured mods, and jewelry crafting bases. But we
Oui.
did have just one more crafting system to talk
Uh-oh.
about.
Oh.
Recombination.
Oh fuck.
Expedition was
Oh.
the only in-game mechanic that
Ils
was
vont-ils
lacking
l'avoir
a
healé?
crafting system. So that needed to change. Recombination is a mechanic that might be familiar
C'est
to
du
some players.
Currency
It
de.
allows you to merge two items together,
Je sais
hoping
plus
to
lequel
get
des
the best
4.
elements of each on a single new item.
Oh boy.
This new crafting bench will be unlocked as you complete
Expédition,
your
ouais.
first expedition,
Oh
and
non.
requires artifacts found during expeditions to fuel it. The rarer the mods on the item you are combining,
Le plus
the
dur ça
more
va être.
expensive
Ah,
the cost.
Okay.
That wraps up all the
Ben, on
major
va pas
in-game
ça.
changes we're talking about
ça va être
today.
cher.
With all the system changes and new content,
Nice.
we can't wait to get in there,
Oui,
start
c'est-
blasting maps,
and obliterating monsters.
Ouais.
There's one more thing we
On va
wanted to
dessus.
clarify before we move on,
Dernière chose.
which is that all the content we've talked about today will be made available in the existing early access leagues.
Nice.
So you can play your existing characters. However, there will
New-
be
ouais.
new leagues made for those who
Economy
wish to
reset.
start in a fresh economy.
Nice. Ouais, ça oui.
It is recommended to start over and get the full new experience.
Ouais.
at the dawn of the
C'est ce qu'on va
hunt
faire, je pense.
Ouais.
For all our existing early access players, we're really looking forward to joining you playing in this new update. For those who don't already have access and are interested in playing Path
vont-tu
of
baisser
Exile
le prix?
2, Dawn of the Hunt, you are able to at any time
Pense pas.
purchase an early
Donc,
access support
non.
pack at www.pathofexile2.com.
Ben, c'est encore du early access, là.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ça fait du sens.
Je pensais qu'elle allait baisser comme de
Additionally,
5$ à
independent
chaque
supporter packs
grosse
are
upgrade,
now
peut-être.
available to purchase in Path of Exile 2 and contain 6
Ça serait une bonne idée, par
microtransactions
exemple, de faire ça.
each, and the full pack's face value in points.
Mais,
All the microtransactions
Paraît
contained
pas
within
vraiment.
these packs are
Surtout
purely
que t'as le
cosmetic
cash in-game
and
en
do not
plus.
affect your
Ouais, mais c'est plus ceux qui se disent que
character
30$ c'est
power
trop
or
cher, mais attendre genre à 15,
Thank
genre
you
pour
so
t'embarquer.
much for your ongoing support.
mais.
Nice. Quand même pas pire, quand même pas pire.
Maman.
Ouais,
Donc,
fait
on
que,
va avoir du beau content à checker ça.
ouais, je pense que c'est pas trop une surprise après la réaction qu'on va sûrement faire des streams là-dessus. Semaine prochaine, vendredi.
Ouais. C'est. Ben, la semaine prochaine. La journée de la sortie,
Ouais.
on va faire ça le vendredi. Puis après ça, on va voir.
Personnellement,
Comment ça
sûrement, le plus tôt possible. Je vais essayer de finir de bonne heure ou de souper genre à 4 heures. Fuck.
Nice. Mais
Good.
oui, c'est plein de belles choses, ça.
Ouais, je sais toujours pas quelle classe je vais prendre. On va sûrement faire un petit. On a à peine parlé, mais on va peut-être faire un petit vidéo, peut-être mercredi ou jeudi, pour dire ce qu'on va faire comme classe et tout ça, pour hype up.
Ben, moi, je te dis ça tout de suite, là. Il y a des très fortes chances que je cherche déjà c'est quoi que je fais.
Huntress.
Un nouveau caractère qui a de l'air vraiment malade. Les skills qu'on a vus à date, là, ils étaient top
Intense.
notch.
Moi, je les tente peut-être mercenaire ou summoner. Ben, ouais. Witch, peut-être. Je sais pas. La nouvelle Witch avait l'air intéressante avec les curses et tout ça. Ça pourrait être un bon combo.
Ouais, mais à part que les curses, c'était un peu lent à caster avant.
Ouais, il faut vraiment que tu te
peut-être
spécialises. Ouais.
C'est ça, avec la spécialisation, les modifier un peu, t'es peut-être capable de faire quelque chose qui va faire du sens.
Sinon, le mercenaire avec le. C'est quoi? C'était le pin, que tout ce que tu touches peut se faire piner. Ça peut être drôle, ça aussi, avec toi. Là. Qui va toutes les décoller après.
Ouais, c'est un peu fou là-dessus. Là.
Ouais,
Oh.
ouais.
Non, il y a vraiment plein de beaux choix là-dessus.
Ouais. Good.
Donc, moi, je pense qu'ils ont fait un très bel upgrade dans le fond à Path of Exile 2.
Ouais.
Parce que au début, j'étais un petit peu mitigé. Je trouvais quand même que c'était bien pour le temps que c'était dans l'Early Access, dans le fond.
Ouais, c'est ça, exact.
Mais maintenant, ça commence à s'en revenir tranquillement de plus en plus vers ce qu'on connaît de Path of Exile.
Là. Ouais, c'est ça. Exact. Ouais, puis je pense aussi que ça va être intéressant de voir l'endgame, comment ça a changé, voir l'impact sur le. Moi, j'aime bien l'économie, là. J'ai hâte de voir l'économie, ce que ça va faire. Là.
Ouais. T'as-tu reparti ça?
Ouais. Ah, parce que moi, c'est vrai, j'aurais dû te le dire. J'ai oublié que c'était en duo, j'ai comme pas mis de son, j'ai mis à mute.
Ouais.
Mais ouais, ça va être intéressant.
Oui.
Fait que, ouais, vendredi soir prochain, 4 avril, là, au plus tard 6h, on devrait être live.
Ouais.
Pour la campagne. Nice.
Pour essayer de rush through la campagne.
Ouais, finir ça avant dimanche peut-être.
Ouf,
ça va être tough.
Je penserais pas.
À moins qu'on se couche tard.
Même à se coucher tard, là. La campagne est quand même
pas
1 heure ou 2, hein?
Non, c'est pas super. Je l'ai fait une couple de fois. Je pense que toi, t'avais juste fait un ou deux persos. Mais vers la fin, je pense qu'à 8h, 6h, peut-être 6h30, 7h, ça peut se faire. Là, mais c'est vraiment gros rush. Là.
Ouais.
Mais ouais. Good. Fait que un bon reveal. Fait que c'est ça. On va se revoir pour les fans de Path of Exile vendredi prochain ou plus tard.
Yes.
Good.
Donc oui. Merci beaucoup.
Oui. Merci à tous et puis à la prochaine. Ciao.